Hello, everyone. A very good evening. Thank you for watching the weekly podcast. So, I'm your host, Gurtej Atwal. Today, I have my co host, Parminder Sandhu. And we have a special guest today, Gagandeep Singh, who will educate us on e commerce. So, as we are all learning around us, like Amazon and big companies, they are phasing out the small businesses. E commerce is a great thing with technology. As we have the internet, the 5G is coming, automation is coming. So we are in a new gold rush phase, but in the e-commerce industry. So before we get into it, I'll request Gagan to please briefly share about him, his educational as well as professional journey with us.
Sure. Thank you, Gurtej. So yes, I did my engineering from India, Punjab, from Guru Nanak Engineering College, and after that I did masters in business administration. So that's when after that I joined into insurance industry. Then I shifted to IT, and 2013 I moved to United States, and I'm primarily working into management consulting field, wherein we work with companies on how they should transform the technology to the new world or new changes. So that's my brief introduction, and yeah.
No, thank you very much, Gagan. Now I'll request Parminder to please take us into the conversation.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks, Gandeep, for joining today. So, can you please tell us like what e-commerce is and how people are getting into as a consumer, as well as like how they can use this opportunity to maybe run their own business or make money out of this? So, can you please briefly explain our viewers what e-commerce is and what it pertains to?
Sure, Praminda, thanks. So basically, e-commerce basically means commerce. Word itself means trading, giving money for for something. E-commerce, when we say e-commerce, it means we are doing it online on the web. So what has really happened in last year, 2020, is that e-commerce, which probably were expected to go to a levels in next 5 years, that has happened really in 1 year, and which has really transformed the whole industry. The there are many reasons which really which almost everybody, all the experts are saying that it's going to stay, primarily because prices are really great, and the options which people get on online, they're really crazy. So there is absolutely no way that it's going to go back. It may go back, that the increase which was around at 33% for the industry, it probably will go down to 11 to 12%, but it is still going to stay. And the other point which you highlighted, that we as a consumer have really helped this whole industry to grow to this level, and now probably we need to talk about a little bit from the producer side of the house, that how as a business or how as an individual we can make profit out of this flourishing industry. So that's what probably we'll talk about it in the coming slides.
No, thank
And
you, Gagan. So as we all are aware, especially in California, in US, the gold rush. So I think we can correlate this e-commerce as a gold rush, that there is an opportunity in terms of technology which everybody can tap in. So just can you correlate or
yes,
let
I
us take
think.
you through the history?
Yeah, I guess I really wanted to start off with this example because there is a big hype in the market that online commerce or e-commerce is really hot right now, and you can make millions out of it. And we probably can really miss out on things if we don't try to really unearth the other things which are related to e-commerce right now, because that's what it has happened in the past, that people go for gold, and the real ones who really make money out of it may not really be the ones who are going for the gold. So we really want to understand what is a gold rush, which happened in California way back in 1850s. So almost everybody was trying to get to the mines and uh, really make millions or change their fortune out of it. But as we go to the next level, we learned that there are a couple of people who were really, we can call them as the real people who made money out of it. One, we all know Levi Strauss. So that was the company which was started during the first gold rush of California, and he just noticed that there are people who are coming over here who are working in the mines, and he started supplying jeans to them, made out of really hard and rugged cloth, and he put some rivets on the pockets just to make sure they can hold some extra stuff which these workers were in need of. And on the other hand, the other gentleman, Samuel Brannan, he was actually the first millionaire out of the gold rush, and he did exactly what the theme of our conversation is, that during the gold rush, you probably don't make a lot of money with digging the gold, but mostly by selling the shovels. And he exactly did that on the streets of California during that time. So that's where I just wanted to start off, and will go further and try to understand that what are the current time gold rush? Is it just the online sales or e-commerce, or are there more opportunities out there? So that we understand what are those opportunities, and then we try to understand how we can make profit out of it, how we can start our businesses from these opportunities.
Yeah, on the same side, thanks again. So this is a very interesting topic. So when we talk about like big names, like for example, when we talk about, we have the Amazon on the center of this slide. So when we talk about like these big players in the market, how a consumer like us can compete with these type of like giants, and how we can flourish our own business with this e-commerce. Can you talk about this, like how we can avail this
Yes.
opportunity of the e-commerce or the gold rush that we compared, and how we can sell those shovels, or how can we identify what is the shovel or what is the gene that we have to sell these days?
No, very good point, Parminder. I think the one thing which probably we all miss out on is that we don't really have to be the next Jeff Bezos of our time to really we all have our own goals. Maybe Jeff Bezos is a billionaire. He's into more than 200 billion. We don't probably need that much. We just need a couple of $1 million, and we're all happy with that. So that's where we probably need to find out that what are the opportunities which we can really track in there. As a matter of fact, the share of Amazon in the total e-commerce market is on the decline, which means small little players are really entering the market. You see that online business, the number 4 on the slide, Shopify revenue has doubled in last 20. Shopify is a competitor for Amazon, which really means that and Shopify really helps small businesses. So small businesses share in the overall e-commerce is really increasing, and that's where probably I wanted to dig into that Amazon is not the only player. Uh, as a matter of fact, there are few companies who actually act as at the supply chain for Amazon. Their share value has increased more than 5 times in last 1 year. We know Amazon has kind of doubled from the COVID dip, but there are other companies who act as backend for Amazon. They have really increased their share value. So there are opportunities.
Yeah, so
So
if we talk about the word e-commerce, so it was coined in 1984 by Dr. Robert Jacobs in California. So yeah, right now we are in 2021, so things have lots changed in terms of technology, which has enabled these organizations. So now we have cell phones. 30% of the shoppers, they can go through their cell phone devices. Just they don't have to enter into the store. And like we know the examples of Babies R Us and big stores, big chains, Sears, and lots of stores, they got disrupted. And this is coming in future as well. So how can a common business owner or a common person, they can leverage this kind of e-commerce technology, just how they can find what to sell? So can you just share something about that arena?
yes, I think the biggest problem which I see with us as a common, I call as consumers, is that we really see that these are really big behemoths out there, and we probably do not have an opportunity to get into it. And so basically, I call it like two-tier function. One is you can really get into the online business as well, which I call is as the current time gold rush, along with the other things over mentioned over there, for example, content and crypto. But at the other hand, there are a lot many other opportunities which do not really require a lot of money or a lot of time and energy, and you can really get into the game of online business without really spending a whole lot on it. So that's where probably we as a consumers, we can probably find more opportunities. Talking about the gold rush, just on this slide, we often we get to know that, hey, YouTube is the next sensation. If you want to really earn easy money, make some YouTube videos, your channel will get a lot of views, and you can start earning ad revenues, or maybe revenues out of some advertisements from the clients. But on the other hand, it's very competitive. You cannot really make a channel and have good number of followers to get ad revenues or anything of that, or even blogs. So same goes with online e-commerce as well. On one hand, I call it, yes, we do have a lot of opportunity, but its competition is there. I'm not saying one should not do it, but what I'm trying to highlight today is that there are opportunities beyond the obvious gold rush, which we can probably use and get leverage to really be make money out of this situation. So yeah, with that, I'll just take an example. So you see crypto over there, right? I mean, there is a lot of debate whether Bitcoin is going to make a lot of money or not, and this is highly debatable. And I'm not going to take any side over here on this matter. But one thing I can definitely say is that there is a lot of interest on Bitcoin. So instead of buying, instead of hedging on the growth of Bitcoin, why not to create some content on Bitcoin? If you'll see, there is a video on YouTube which says what is Ethereum and how it helps our financial world. There are more than 2 million views for that video, which really means that we can encash on the interest. We don't really need to buy the crypto to make money out of it. So that's where my thought is on today's theme. Yes, online business is really hot right now, but probably you really need to see that what are those other avenues which probably are more helpful. If we'll go to the next slide, and if we really want to understand that how we can come in and get our game going into the online business, we need to understand what are these businessmen doing when they really start this. So we already established that Amazon business is growing. We already understood that the online retail is going there. Shopify has a lot more customers this year than before. If we know what these businessmen are coming and doing, we probably will be able to help them better. So I think I'll give you one simple statement. 2020, 1 million new users or new sellers joined Amazon platform, and that's and 21 is going to be even bigger than that, and that trend is almost there around at 1 million new sellers every year on Amazon. What does it mean is approximately 3,000 sellers every day joining on Amazon. So my obvious question is, do you want to be that 3,000 first person to join Amazon, or do you want to see what are those 3,000 new users or new sellers doing on Amazon? How can I help them and make money out of the process? So this flow out here is something which almost every Amazon seller does when they try to join Amazon for selling. And this probably is also something similar to what even every online seller tries to do. So the catch here is that 3,000 people, as we are talking, every day follows this flow. If we know what they're doing, we probably can find out how can we help them and how we can join this whole business. So they start with, for example, product research. Nobody really knows what to sell. They know that Amazon is making a lot of money, but they don't know which products are selling. How can we be profitable? What should we sell? And then once they know that, they have to find the suppliers. They have to find somebody who can manufacture that product for them. Once they know that, they'll have to do they have to create their listings on Amazon. They have to create their website if they're trying to do direct online business. And then nobody knows what is SEO. Then they explore on search engine optimization. Then they try to understand what is marketing. How do I sell it? How do I market it within Amazon? There is a lot of competition. 3,000 sellers every day, 1 million sellers every year, approximately 10 million sellers on the platform. It is huge. There's a huge competition. And new sellers, they don't know. Maybe they know the product, they don't know how to market it. So probably we can help them in there. On the other hand, social media marketing is another giant here. Everybody's on the Facebook, but nobody really knows how to show my product to my customer and then making them click on it to buy it, right? So we probably can help to understand them do that. And once everything is done, they need to understand how to do the bookkeeping, that kind of stuff.
Thanks, Jürgen. So you actually called out the main question that we want to ask right now. What should we do, or what should a consumer, if you want to switch to making money out of this e-commerce business, what should he do today so that he don't have to have a lot of investment into it? So that if for example, I don't have $1 million to invest into something, So how can I start uh, small, but I can still like have a prospect of growing my business in e-commerce section? Can you please talk about that?
Yes, good point, Parminder, and that's where probably I wanted to go next. So the thing is, um, if we really want to do it the way a normal business person is doing, it really requires a lot of money. It requires a lot of knowledge, and of course, you need to be patient with this to get really profitable. And if we'll Gurtej, if we'll go to the next slide, here is a girl with the name Alex. So she was working in New York City for I think for a financial company, and in year 2015 she decided that let me start something on my own. She struggled to start any business, and then she thought, let me see what else I can do. And her thought process was kind of similar to what we are talking today. Okay, I don't have a lot of money, but I do have time. I can spend that time. So she started helping companies like how they can do social media marketing. Didn't work. Then she shifted. Then she learned during the process that okay, there is another thing called press notes, which almost all the new sellers have to do. She started writing press notes, which is just like a one-pager document, which almost all the companies try to create when they do a social media marketing. She started creating that, and then she started writing blogs. She shifted her focus to writing, and first 3 years were like a big struggle for her. 2018 or 19, somewhere around that time, her total business really clicked. There were a lot of new sellers in the market who were looking for the services which she was providing, and that's how she all started. There was absolutely no money involved, and there was absolutely she just started from what she knew. She knew a little bit on knew what social media is, so she started helping people on that one, and she grew to around 378K. And if everybody can just search on CNBC and search with CNBC Make It with Alex. CNBC Make It, by the way, is a show which really interviews successful millionaires in terms of how they made it, how they made it their journey.
So Gagan, from here, what our understanding is that we have the e-commerce as a whole concept, but inside e-commerce, we don't have to be the sellers. We don't have to be find the ways or find the product to sell on Amazon. But we have to find certain other options, opportunities that will help those sellers. Because like you mentioned, the 3,000 new sellers are coming. They have demands of how to market their product, how to photograph their product, how to create videos about their product, or how to approach the social media, write the blogs. So this correlates to the example of in the gold rush, as you mentioned, that no, the money is not in digging the gold, but it is in selling the shovels or selling the jeans. So in that regard, can you suggest us what kinds of options are there inside this e-commerce domain? Instead of finding a product and selling it to Amazon, what other options and opportunities what a common man can do?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's where I guess it is really important to understand. Um, I guess it was Tony Robbins who wrote once that, you know what, we as an individual have really high expectations from our short-term goals, and we have very low expectations from our long-term goal. So whenever we try to start a business or we try to start a profession, we probably think that we will start making money immediately in 6 months or 1 year, but money is a long game. As a matter of fact, almost everything takes time, right? As I was talking about Alex, it took like 4 years for her to cross 100K, and then things really turned on from there on. So when we talk about things which probably we can start now, we really need to start whatever whatever talent we have right now. Just have some faith in that. Pick up. There are also, as you can see on the screen, there are a lot many opportunities, as we have just saw the whole circle where how the businessmen start as of today on Amazon, and how they grow till they make a sale, and then accounting. So we have a lot of things which probably we can help in, as we saw on screen here. So starting from we have graphic designing. I mean, so this is where I'm trying to go now. Exactly what those opportunities are. So we have graphic. I've taken like some few very high level headings here: graphic designing, video animation, digital marketing, social media management. And then there are like hundreds of other headers out there which fall under it. So this is where we, so for example, I'm picking anything on the screen: logo designing. So 3,000, imagine 3,000 sellers. Everybody wants to have a business logo. Everybody wants to register their companies. Everybody wants to have some sort of photography done for their products. Everybody wants to create a listing. They have to write 5 lines. Maybe I know my product, but I don't know how to mark, how to write it so that people are able to read what I write for my product, right? So those are the kind of opportunities we are talking about here. So we can go from one by one, how you prefer. I mean,
Yeah, that would be better. We'll just explore one by one. But these, like you have mentioned, so we every day get the advertisements on like logo designing, messages, and all that thing. So they are solely focused on one niche area where they can get the money from.
yes, yes. So for example, graphic design. So I think one thing which we really need to understand is that as we are talking about these things, we really should not be going out and chasing these things before really equipping ourselves with the with the talent which is required. For example, you just need to log into Photoshop or Illustrator. As a matter of fact, these two applications are there. Try to understand how these applications work, and then you can master on any of these professions. For example, logo designing, business card design. We are all understand that. Package designer. So what is a package designer? You order something on Amazon, you receive shipment. So when you open the package, there is always a different kind of packaging required for all the products. Almost every seller wants to have their products packaged beautifully so that they get good reviews, right? So they try to find out somebody who can help them in package designing. So all you have to do is create a PDF or something which you can then share with them, and then they give that to their suppliers, so, or the manufacturers. Portraits and caricatures. This is again a very interesting market. You see uh, the the interest in having somebody's own caricature is really going up. It's called personalization of your pictures. So people share a picture, and then animator will convert their picture into some sort of animation. There is a big growing market in there. So I just highlighted that in there. So if you know the graphic designing, you probably can expand into that market. Product lifestyle photography is basically photography which you see on a particular product in Amazon, or for example any online shopping. You see a particular let's say something which is displayed on a wall, right? So those kind of things, you can do it in Photoshop. So that is primarily on that. Similarly, same thing in video animation. You can create you probably don't need to even create your own YouTube videos. If you don't have content, you can there is a big market, because everybody is into making YouTube videos, right? They want to create YouTube videos, but they don't even know how to create good videos which probably people can like. So if you know how to give a good intro, if you know how to animate your probably logo, you have a logo, then you have to give an animation for your logo, right? So that comes into video animation. Then you have to give an introduction, and then you have to give outros as well. So you can create good animations of those. So there is a huge demand, because almost everybody is into YouTube every day. I don't have the statistics, but it won't be different from what we saw from Amazon. New sellers, same would be there for YouTube also. um, Digital marketing, this is something probably there's a huge potential in there. You have if you want to launch a new product, probably you want to know, okay, what are people searching on Google, what are people searching on Amazon, and how is the selling happening on those keywords. So there is a lot of research which almost every seller want to do beforehand. So they don't know that part, so people can help them. Display ads, you see ads on any website, something, so they don't know which sells. So this is very interesting concept. Whenever you have a seller who has just started selling online, they want to know, where should I put my market, where should I put my ads, and what kind of ads they should be. We know that this product sells well for, let us say, somebody who's interested in gardening, right? So somebody who understands the business of digital marketing, he'll know that there are specific Facebook groups which probably almost everybody on that group will be able to will really purchase any product related to gardening very soon, very quickly, right? So we can probably help sellers to really showcase their products on those specific Facebook groups so that they sell their products well than others. So that's what probably will come under digital marketing. We have running PPC. PPC is pay per click. This is the new way the advertisement works on internet. Businessmen probably don't know how to do that. We can help them with that as a freelancer, I would call. Website sales funnel design. We were discussing the Amazon share in overall online marketing, I think is at around 40%. And then it means there are 60% other people out there who are trying to market their goods to the people. They don't know what should be their first product, what should be their second product, and what should be their value product, which will really get them maximum bang for their bucks. Because what happens is first advertisement costs a lot, but they have to make good sales out in the following senses. So that's where probably once somebody gets into sales funnel design, they will be able to help almost every new businessman, because no businessmen know their product maybe, but they don't know how to create a sales funnel out of to make profit out of their selling. Website search engine optimization, we already discussed that, how to do that. There are specific ways by which you have to write your page description so that it shows up in Google search. So those kind of things we probably people can teach the businessman.
So Gagan, I have like a question. So we understand like okay, there are a lot of opportunities that as a freelancer somebody can contribute to the promotion and the e-commerce section of other people who are actually into the market of selling their products. But the question is like, where can I find those customers? What's the easy way to identify those businessmen or the businesses who are into this, so that we can get these type of business from them as a secondary business?
Yes, that's a good question, because that is the key. Right now we understand the money is there, where to find them. And you remember I was talking about there are companies out there which have grown 5 times, but actually there is one which has grown like 10 times in their stock value in last year or so, and that's the company. If you go to the next step, Fiverr is one example. So there are companies out there who are helping businesses to find freelancers, and that's where freelancers actually can go and register. So now I'm not talking about the there is already a great demand for IT freelancers, but I'm talking about the e-commerce freelancers. So Gutej, if you go to the next slide, there are 3 big ones out there. Anybody can go create an account there. I think they charge some percentage commission for every sale which you make, but anybody can create their account on Upwork, Fiverr, or Freelancer. Fiverr is the one probably I would suggest anybody can start with, and then Upwork is also good. So anybody can create an account there which is free, and they only charge money when you really make some sale on that one. So there is no upfront money involved. All you have to do is you have to make sure they would need some documentation, whatever is required from financial sides or taxation side. Once you're there, you're all good to go. You can create all the customers, they will reach there. So all the businessmen, they already are aware of these sites. They will go there and they will search for the freelancers. All you have to do is show up over there. So these sites are really good thing, really good starters.
So, but one more question going back to the previous slide. So like we have certain domains which one can learn and get an opportunity to make money out of those. Because now the COVID thing has changed everything. In small businesses, lots of people got unemployed. So they are educated, they have the zeal to learn, they can learn. So now these logo design or YouTube video editing or writing the blog, so one can learn at any stage, so they don't have to have a set educational qualification. So one thing comes into my mind, there's LinkedIn Learning is there, Udemy is there. So what other sites or what other options you can suggest from where a person can learn these skills, like how to maybe create an animation logo, how to market. So these skill sets. So what are the opportunities to learn them?
Yeah, that's a good question. And you know what? I think if I'll have to do, I probably will try. And first thing is, these are not the only opportunities out there. I will strongly suggest whosoever is interested to go to one of these sites like Fiverr, Upwork. See, they have the menu over there. You can go to the menu and see what options are there, and look at those all the options. I think then the thing starts from which tools probably help in understanding that, and then finding out some. Maybe search on YouTube. There is a lot of free videos available to master particular domain. To be honest, maybe I don't know all the avenues. Maybe this is something which probably is a good business scenario. Somebody who can teach the freelancers to get be successful. But I think the good way to start is to find YouTube videos on their subject.
Right. No, thank you very much, Gagan. Yeah, because this is a new opportunity, and we all are seeing in our day-to-day activities. Somebody is doing a banking job. Those banks are going into recession. After 20, 30 years, they are getting laid off. So now the other opportunities, what they were working, they are not there. So they have to do a transition. Or stores are
Yes.
closing, and the automation is coming. People are talking about autonomous vehicles, autonomous trucks. So that will be here in maybe 10, 15 years. Then the
Yeah.
whole concept will change. They have to reskill themselves. They have to learn something new. So these are certain technologies that you shared with us, or the information that is related to kind of learning. These are the options and avenues they can go and learn. Maybe they start from the YouTube videos. If they interest them, they can just kind of transition into another career. So now I'll take it back to
Yes.
Parminder. So
Yeah. So uh, I think this is a very interesting topic. So that there are a lot of avenues that we can go to try to use our existing skill set that we have. Because, for example, if uh, I have a like a passion to develop like posters, I can use that skill at my free will. I don't have to like let go of my job to just do this. I can do it
Yep.
on my free time, and then use
Hmm.
that skill set to develop into this business model. So yeah, this is a very interesting topic. So I think like our viewers should definitely look into this and then maybe use their passion and their skill set they already have, which, like for example, a lot of people have the phones with the cameras that they can do like good photography, so they can use that skill to build as a business for them as well. So thank you so much, Gagandi, for this wonderful information. So do you have anything else that we should know or our viewers should know?
No, I think we are good. I just encourage, if you're watching this, try on Fiverr, Upwork, even I think LinkedIn is going to come up with another platform which will be specifically targeting freelancing world and e-commerce world. So it is really growing. So everyone should try this. Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gagandeep. So, yeah, for your time today. And we'll encourage our viewers in case if they have any questions for Gagandeep. So please do reach out to us, and then we will, or you can even reach out to Gagandeep directly as well, and then they can avail this opportunity to and make money out of it. So thank you so much, Gagandeep.
Sure. Thanks for
thank you
having
very
me.
much, everybody. Thank you, Gagandeep, and thank you, everybody, for watching. Please do send us your questions that need to get answers, your feedback, suggestions for the topics that you want to listen. So see you in the next episode. Stay healthy and stay informed. Thank you.